Good morning, my happy hour back. Here's the plan. It's a very late start, so we've got a little bit of catching up to do first thing. I said at the end of yesterday's video that we would be kind of back to normal with videos from now on. Unfortunately, normal here includes whatever's going on with internet and Wi-Fi. And when I got up this morning, yesterday's video had downloaded a grand total of 3% and the Wi-Fi was gone. I think, to be fair, this time it probably wasn't to do with the local service provider Converge. I think it was just we got a cheap, rotten old router that just drops occasionally and didn't come back on. Having said that, Converge, you're rubbish. So, catch-up time. Lots of decisions already made this morning with the engineer. All small stuff, but it's the kind of thing that once again says, if you can be on site, you should be. There'll be more with granite, there'll be a lot more with painting, there's more going on with plumbing and particularly fixing bathroom fixtures. Got to be a better way of saying that. So let's go and see what's going on. What could possibly, apart from internet, go wrong? We're going to start here with something very small. If you remember from a few days ago, I kind of teased you a little bit with little bits of wood that had been shaped and were left sitting on the kitchen island. This is those little pieces of wood. They are simply little design highlights to go in these channels for lighting in the downstairs hallway. Question number one from the engineer this morning was, what colour should this be and the channels for the lights themselves? So the decision is, on his suggestion, on the builder's suggestion, we're going to go with the little highlight pieces of wood will be the same colour or as close as they can get to the door and window frames. So it's a kind of a dark brown. Inside the channels, we're going to stay with the lighter brown, which again will be varnished and will give that kind of appearance of being grained wood. So that was the first question we got this morning. The second question, we're going to just demonstrate here, was on these wash basin cabinets on the Wabakas in all the bathrooms. They will all have granite tops, but what did we want on the sides? We could have granite, or we could have simply whatever tile there is that matches the wall in that particular room. Granite will cost more. We're going to go with tiles. So on all of the sides of all the Wabakas, they'll be tiled with whatever the adjacent tile is in that bathroom. The third question, I'm going to just show you this first, so you keep this in your mind. I want you to look at the wooden feature up on this wall, up above the double height ceiling. This is where they have already applied a varnish and created this kind of grain appearance in the wood. So, stick that in your noggin. I'm going to come back to it in just a second. The question was, what do we want to do to finish off this highlight feature in this case, the dining room, and also the wood area on this wall? Did we want that same appearance of grain, false grain, on both the wall and this ceiling feature? So the answer was yes. The second part of that question was on the edges, both the outside of that little drop-down ceiling and the inside edge. Should that stay white, or should it be matching the surface that points down? If it matches, it gives the impression of it being a solid piece. Well, it actually is, but no, it's not, is it? It's not solid, but it would give that impression. So we've said yes to both. So yes to the grain finish, yes to painting and then varnishing the outside and inside edges to match. This is looking out the kitchen window, and way over there in the distance, the two fellas that you can probably make out, I'll zoom in a little bit, are working on another piece of granite, and I believe it's for the last countertop here in this kitchen, which is, take a dizzy pill, over there. Once they've done that, there's a slight problem because they don't yet have the granite to do either the dirty kitchen or any of the bathroom wabakers. So they're waiting after they've done this one to get a delivery, and we don't know if that's going to come today or not. This is in the dirty kitchen, where yesterday they punched through to put a large tube to allow for where the extractor hood is going to be. So anything that the hood sucks up will get pushed out of the wall here. While we're here, Cohen is once again skim coating or puttying, given that it's a wood surface. So working on these almost last parts to be done in the dirty kitchen. Inside the bathroom for the gym and spa, Mr. Ronell, the plumber, is in the process of putting the shower unit in here. Toilet's already in. Shower unit should be finished off today, I would imagine. Still on bathrooms, this is the helper's room bathroom, which now has its shower. And it has a towel rack and I guess a hand towel thing that you hang hand towels on. So they've been busy already in the 3 or 4 hours of the morning. On the staircase, Sing Enrico is now adding Hardiflex on this side of the metal frame. They had to do it both sides, so he's going to be doing that, I would imagine, for all of the rest of today. And Richard, meanwhile, is putting in more of these little wooden highlight bits. Earlier on today, they've already put all of the Hardiflex Flex panels on this end of the kind of retaining wall for the staircase, at least on this side. So again, they will have to have the same thing done on the inside of this wall. We're back on the master bedroom balcony, and I did ask the engineer this morning what was the plan for the top of this retaining wall, and he said, well, what do you want? I said tiles. I think tiling top will look better than painting it or doing anything else. So matching tiles, I would imagine probably all of the darker grey along the top. In Sabrina's bathroom, I think I said yesterday that I thought we didn't have the shower unit in here. Obviously we do. So shower unit in, towel rack up there, and another small towel rack just here. All in kind of gold to hopefully match the rest of the decoration in this room. Quite pleased she didn't ask for a golden toilet as well. And on Sabrina's balcony, more brackets going in for what we now have decided is going to be the grass retaining walls. Glass sounds a bit traditional and boring. So those brackets going in, and that only leaves, I think, one more area for these to be done. Back in Jack's bathroom, my short-term memory issues plaguing me again today. I can't remember if this was in yesterday. Got a sneaking feeling it wasn't. Anyway, if it was, lucky you get to see it again. If it wasn't, welcome to Jack's shower. Clearly a rather manly dark grey black finish on that one, again to try and match the rest of the room. Not yet towel racks and other accoutrements for this room. Here's a question. At some point, probably reasonably soon, I am going to start putting out videos that are not house build related but are garden related. The question is, what should I call that playlist? If I just call it gardening, that sounds a bit dull. I've got no idea. I mean, the The first one is just called house building, which is dull. So I'm looking for some better ideas that are printable, YouTube sort of friendly. Any ideas? I mean, because of where we are, tropical might feature in the name. Any thoughts? And the first videos I do most likely will be to do with building and filling raised beds for as little money as is humanly possible. But anyway, in the comments, any suggestions? It could involve Philippines 4.0. It will be on the same channel. I'm not going to create a second one, but a playlist name. Give it your best. And the winner will get absolutely nothing except my thanks and the knowledge that they took part in creating this marvellous new playlist to come. Thank you very much. It's 4:30. Given that we started so late today, and given that yesterday's episode was monstrously long, I thought we'd just limit it to 2 sections today. And in the spirit of keeping things brief, Bob Twed Philippines has contributed the following. Do you want to hear a good construction joke? Sorry, I'm still working on it. Let's go and see what's been going on. The first thing is something they have been working on for the last 2 days. It's the back of the storage room and carport. They've been plastering the wall. Sorry, but my arms are simply not long enough to reach around and show you. Take my word for it. I could have put it on the drone shots, shouldn't I? Oh well, missed opportunity. But yes, plastering the back of this area. Something else that I'm not sure when this was finished was they have encased the downspout on this side of the front door. So now both sides are done, hidden. I think this probably is the way to go for the downspouts at the back, because they just will disappear completely. I mean, I know these are actually hidden behind pillars, but I think probably it's what we will end up doing at the back of the house with those multiple downspouts. In the kitchen, all of the granite surfaces are now in, including Dizzy Pill Poppers, the one over here. No sign of anything yet in the dirty kitchen. I'm guessing still waiting for the granite to be received. While we're here, we have been wondering over the last day or so about how exactly to install the cooking hob, the gas hob, just here. Because the instructions say that underneath the hob there needs to be a minimum clearance of 4 centimetres just to allow airflow around the bottom. Well, the only way to do that we can think of without raising the height ridiculously by building something up is we're going to have to cut a great big hole in this kitchen island. So I talked about that with the engineer today. He thinks should be no problem, providing we're not cutting all of the rebar that's encased within this concrete. So that is now the plan. Around the staircase, most of the Hardiflex is now done on this side as well. Just down underneath the stairs, still to be done over there. That's all there is for today. Somewhere there must have been some more tiling going on, because Frederick was here, but I can't spot where it was. And I'm sure there were 100 other little things going on. I know, for example, that they did do more of those little wooden pieces as highlights in the hallway ceiling downstairs. But there must have been several other things that I'm just missing at the moment. I'll ask the engineer again tomorrow. They did get most of the glass brackets, or the brackets for the glass, on most of the balconies now. Still a little bit to do on the master. But I'm a bit befuddled as to what else I've missed this afternoon, because I'm sure there must have been quite a bit more. Unless they had 14 guys doing the plastering on the back of the carport, which I think is unlikely. Anyway, that is it for the day. Hopefully we balanced a little bit with the slighter, shorter episode today. Who knows what tomorrow will bring. See you then.